Governor Gavin Newsom signed new legislation today that he says will address the state's housing crisis.
The new laws will pave the way for upzoning within traditionally single-family neighborhoods, allowing for the creation of more housing units.
As News 8's Richard Allen reports, supporters are applauding the move, but critics say it will damage communities without making homes any more affordable.
Well, that's right. The Newsom administration calls this legislation historic, but it is also controversial.
The housing crisis is an issue so large that there is no single solution.
State Senate President Pro Tem and San Diegan Tony Atkins says part of the solution is Senate Bill 9, legislation she sponsored, which will increase housing density in areas now zoned for single-family homes.
SB 9 is a critical piece of the puzzle.
Under SB 9, a property owner could split their lot into two separate lots, each required to be at least 1,200 square feet, and build a two-resident duplex home on each half. So in place of the one original home, there would now be up to four. SB 10 allows a single-family property located in a high-traffic area or near public transit to be rezoned without an environmental review. So the owner could tear down an existing home and replace it with a small apartment building of up to 10 units in its place. While it's up to cities or counties to voluntarily adopt SB 10's rezoning, SB 9 would preempt city zoning and apply to most residential neighborhoods across the state. However, cities would have some input into the size and design of the new construction, and certain neighborhoods like historic districts would be protected.
They do not address the problem.
Maria Calban is founder of United Neighbors, a coalition of Californians fighting for local control over zoning decisions.
It ruins neighborhoods for no reason at all, and it doesn't solve a damn thing.
Critics of the legislation say it will not create more affordable housing as it intends to, but instead change the character of existing communities.
These are attacks on single-family zoning.
T. Keith Gurney is a board member of Livable California, a nonprofit dedicated to protecting neighborhoods and building affordable housing.
By increasing the development potential of every lot, single-family lot in California, the price of housing isn't going to go down. It's only going to go up. What happens then is that the American dream of homeownership for younger Californians evaporates.
But advocates of the legislation counter it will expand opportunities for more Californians desperate to enter the tight housing market.
There's a vast chunk of middle-income Californians who are really getting squeezed from both ends.
Matthew Lewis is with California YIMBY, or Yes in My Backyard, dedicated to affordable housing and more inclusive communities.
The reason SB 9 is such a big deal is that now for the first time since, really the 1970s, it is a Back to the Future bill. It will be legal to build duplexes
in areas that are now designated for only single-family housing.
More homes on your block is not going to destroy your neighborhood.
The character of our neighborhoods is not going to change overnight. This bill is going to take effect incrementally over a number of years.
David Garcia is policy director for the Turner Center for Housing Innovation at UC Berkeley, which found that SB 9 would allow the creation of about 700,000 more housing units statewide. Although realistically, the actual number would likely be lower than that. That same analysis by the Turner Center found that in San Diego County, about 9,000 single-family parcels would be enabled to build new housing as a result of SB 9.
It could be meaningful, but it's not going to be as, I think, disruptive or as productive as some people say it may be.
Critics fear this legislation will spur speculation. To address this, SB 9 requires a property owner who wants to split their lot to actually live in one of the housing units for at least 3 years.
It's a paper tiger. Who's going to enforce it?
Supporters, though, see this legislation as opening new opportunities for Californians who might otherwise leave the state to pursue home ownership elsewhere.
We're actually pretty excited that we might be turning the corner here.
While their opponents say they're not relenting.
We're going to still fight it. We hope we can make some sense out of all of this so it works for everybody.
Also today, Governor Newsom allocated $1.75 billion to speed up construction of 6,500 affordable multifamily housing units throughout the state.